NFC South. We have the Bucs, the Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons. Let's start off with the Bucs, of course.
This division definitely has a front runner.
Like I said, the Bucs tied the Green Bay Packers for the best record in the NFL. Bucs outscored their opponents by 158 points last season. That's a pretty
Seriously?
good, yes, scoring differential. The team, of course, they got rid of the head coach Bruce Arians, which I felt like was a downgrade. It was a little bit different.
We said this was a Tom Brady move, not a Tampa move.
The team promoted, I agree, the defensive coordinator Todd Bowles to serve as a head coach, and of course, Coach Leftwich. They kept him, even though that I think he interviewed for the Jaguar job, so they're able to keep him. Of course, the team added Russell Gage, but apparently he got hurt in training camp, and it might be
Still got
substantial.
that man Julio.
Yes, Julio becomes a lot more valuable in that type of way. Chris Godwin coming in a little bit later in the year.
Got into a little
tift?
No, not a tift, but they say he had a little hamstring thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't he always kind of like nursing a hamstring though?
He does have injuries.
Yeah.
I think it's always the hamstring.
It's nothing.
He's tall.
I think it's always it's because his height, but I think it's always the hamstring for him too.
The organization still hasn't said that Gronk hasn't knocked out the possibility of him coming back. The Saints are the only other team in the NFC South in 2021 to have a positive point differential, outscoring their teams by 29 points. But again, they start this new season without coach Sean Payton. Dennis Allen took the lead role in that aspect. Jameis Winston, who they had high hopes coming in, especially after seeing how he started the season last year. And he's coming off of injury, but of course he has that foot injury, like we mentioned in the quick hits. It's worth noting that the Saints were 5-2 when Winston was under center last year. So of course the Saints brought in Chris Olave and also drafted an offensive tackle in Trevor Penning. They also added slot receiver Jarvis Landry. And then of course you have Michael Thomas coming back, posting up nice things
they
in
got
training
Honey Badger
camp.
on the defense now.
Yes, that part too. Coming home.
Sorensen.
Oh man. Oh man. Good luck.
I
Good
like
luck,
their
Saints.
defense, but y'all shouldn't have got that nigga.
I think their
not
defenses
Sorensen.
definitely can cover up those holes. And let me say this much: Sorensen, as much as he gets blown by, he does make.
Maybe he might
plays.
not touch the field though. He might not touch the field though. Like not enough for it to be like you're killing this man. Like
killing him.
I don't think he might not be high enough on the depth chart out there. Like the Saints defense is better than the Chiefs, bro. He might not be high enough on the depth chart to touch the field like he was out there.
Do you think Michael Thomas is coming back? Will he be a top 7 wide receiver? Top 10, I feel like he can definitely do that. Top 7 though, with all the young talent that's coming in. Been there. That guy's been like a number 1, number 2 wide receiver in the league.
Yeah.
Can he be a number 7?
I think he can be top 7. I think he can be number 7 for sure.
Well,
all the Young Bucks is gonna be 1 through 6, but he could be number 7.
Realistically,
actually, bro,
if he's still the number 1,
hard.
if they still treat him like the number 1 receiver and give him his targets and do all that, like probably.
That's hard because you know who I think is gonna go to number 7.
Still
AJ
not
Brown.
like. I don't know about that. He doesn't have a better quarterback. I don't know about that.
The last 2 teams here, not too much to speak about, but let's get into the Panthers first. Trade rumors, of course, in the offseason for Baker Mayfield. It's caused a little bit of internal rift, especially with Robbie Anderson being there, saying all that shit.
7 games.
7 games?
Yeah, I got 7 games max.
They only had 1
6,
pick
7.
in the top 75, so not really
they got,
building
Matt
on
Carroll?
that aspect.
Right?
Low key, maybe.
Matt Carroll?
It might be him, bro. Damn.
That's it.
But fortunate enough to hopefully have Christian McCaffrey for the entire season. Yeah. He played 7 games in 2021 and 3 in 2020. The situation is so bad for the Panthers that they're the best betting odds, or the best one that you can do as a fan of betting and NFL, is to put money on the first NFL head coach to be fired is Matt Rule for the Panthers.
Has he been there 2 or 3 years?
He's been there for like 3 or 4, bro.
Yeah, he's
been there for a while. Yeah.
Damn.
He was there with Cam.
The year when they got rid of him, basically, bro. Yeah. And they got Kyle Allen out there. That nigga was a bozo. Bro, he won those first couple games and they thought he was on to some shit.
I think, but yeah, the Panthers definitely in a flux. They'll be lucky to get some nice news throughout the whole entire season. Hopefully, Baker Mayfield has a considerably okay year. And then, of course, that's pretty low standards for that.
I
and
think
then,
they're third in the division, bro.
Of course. I mean, I hope they beat these Falcons. The
Yeah,
Falcons.
They should have a field day on the Falcons for sure.
Speaking about the Falcons, they were outscored last year by 146 points total.
Damn, Matt Ryan.
They were still
Matt.
The fifth worst
Matty
scoring
Ice.
differential in the NFL.
He don't play defense.
Hold up.
but-
First of all, that offensive line, you
Was-
want to talk about
they're
terrible, especially
Bro,
he called
they-
stick in the
bro,
mud
they're
Stafford,
bro, they're
stick in the mud
first-
Matt Ryan.
Nah,
Holy
but their
shit.
first. There's a guy they took in the first round the year with Matt Ryan's last year. They took a guy in the first round. They got a lineman.
Oh, okay.
It was in the first or second round. He gets drafted. He's basically tweeting some shit like, "Oh yeah, I got you, Matt. We're gonna protect you." Da 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 da. They had a picture of Matt Ryan with his face in the dirt. Game 1 against the Eagles. I'm like,
The
oh
Eagles
god.
line is dirty, and then they got.
Oh yeah, their D line is nasty. So I'm like,
It-
yeah, he was getting his ass
We'll
tossed
get into
around,
that
bro.
a little bit later, bro, because that line is
He was
gross.
getting cooked.
Falcons again. They signed Marcus Mariota in free agency. He'll compete with the third round
Bro,
pick
they were-
Desmond Ridder, like Gifton was mentioning in the last pod there. And then
No
of course they
Calvin
have
Ridley.
Kyle Pitts. No Calvin Ridley.
Russell Gage is gone.
But they have Kyle Pitts, so expect him to get a lot of running.
Bro, the Patriots eliminated Kyle Pitts from the offense when we played them. He's not like, if he's by himself, bro, it's gonna be tough.
Kyle
But
Pitts
yeah,
is
but that's with everybody. But other people don't have the same type of defensive mind
true.
that you guys
That's
have,
true.
taking away the best weapon, like
That's
you guys
true.
always say.
You're right.
And they also have their rookie wideout, Drake London, as well.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah,
So-
I think Drake London's finna go crazy.
Cordell Patterson's
fucking
there.
better. He fucking better. They need him.
Man, I hope they do something, but
Matt Ryan
yeah,
was
they're not
throwing
gonna
to
be able to do
Cordero
anything.
Patterson because he old and shit. But Marcus Mariota, you better throw it to these goddamn receivers, boy,
better figure something out.
Facts.
It's not looking good for these.
or
Falcons.
run it, bitch.
You Bucs, Saints, Panthers, Falcons. Who do you got winning the
I
division?
mean, come on, man. It's hard to go against Tom Brady at this point, bro. You can't.
They
You-
lost
you
two offensive
can't.
linemen in training camp.
It's all right.
And Russell Gage went down.
That's okay.
Like they got hurt.
One might be out for the season, and then the other one recently just got hurt. They're still looking into everything for him.
That's okay.
He's gonna miss significant time. It sounds like though.
Still Tom.
It was a center, and I
Yeah.
think
I mean,
I don't know if it's a tackle
yeah.
or for guard.
Still Tom.
Yeah, Tom can still like.
Because, I mean, if hopefully
All right,
Jameis
it's-
Winston comes back, yeah, he'll be a threat to the Bucs. But, I mean, the Panthers and the Falcons, they're eliminated.
It ain't even about it, Jameis being a threat, but like for one, Bruce Arians is gone, so the offense off rip. Tom Brady's gonna be in more control of the offense. He's not gonna be holding the ball long enough. Like
You know
bro,
him. He'll get
yeah,
rid of
bro.
it if he knows what he's doing with
Exactly,
his
bro.
line.
He's gonna be getting rid of the ball.
He can win you games, but he's not gonna win you championships if you don't have a at least decent line.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
Eh.
But you got the Bucs, and that is that it, or just Tom Brady? Is that what it really is, or
They're the
I mean,
best team in the
Tom,
division,
they're,
bro.
Yeah.
they're the fuck. You got to get through them to win the division.
I will say one thing though: if the Saints have Jameis and they can play with Jameis for the full year, they should be able to be a playoff team.
I think that if Jameis is there for the full year, that they might
They should be
overtake
able
these
to be-
Bucs. And the
I'm
only
not
reason
going
why,
that
the only
far.
reason
I'm not
why.
going that far.
No, but listen. This is the only reason why.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints have been having the Bucs number through the past 2 years
All right.
when Tom Brady has been at the helm.
know what?
And one last thing. One last thing. That defense is fucking
No, yeah.
gross.
Okay.
It is.
And
No,
they're
I agree
still
with
all
both
there.
those.
It
All right.
is.
If they beat the Bucks 2 times again like they did these last 2 years,
Mhm.
all right, yeah, they got the division. It's
Yeah.
their division for
Yeah.
sure. But that's the only way. They have to beat them twice. Like
Yeah.
But that's what Sean Payton though.
they
So this
played
year's
the
the first
Bucks
year.
and beat them with no Jameis. He won with Trevor Siemian.
That's Sean Payton, baby.
They're not gonna have to play Trevor Siemian this next year.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so for me, I got the Bucs all the way. If Jameis is healthy for the full year, though, I think it's a toss up.
Yeah, it's up.
and I'll
close.
be more bold enough because it's a team sport,
and they're
and a lot of the people on the Bucs can have injuries. Mike Evans, you just mentioned he
against
might
that
have an injury
physical ass
right now.
defense. That's gonna be a problem because they was hitting them
Julio
niggas
Jones.
last year.
What was the first thing that we're talking about? Can he stay on the field? They lost Rob,
Luckily, he doesn't play the Saints all year.
and at the same time,
But he's used to that.
and
He
at the same
played.
time they lost people on the line. That defense did not look as good when the offense wasn't clicking on all four cylinders. But that Saints team as a whole, I feel like is better on paper than what the Bucs have. I think the only thing, like what Gifton is saying, is Tom Brady. You got to get through him. So if we get a full season of Jameis Winston, I got the Saints. But if we don't have a full season of Jameis, then of course, you know, that's with me not knowing the health and so on and so forth. We got a couple more weeks until the season starts. I got the Bucs for right now because Jameis, it seems like, won't be healthy.
We don't know yet for sure.
But if he's healthy for the full season, I definitely got the Saints. Their team is loaded.
Season with all the weapons we've already named, they have on offense. Yeah, they're a threat for sure in their division.
Yep. Bucs all around.
Bucs all around.
Well,
I got that.
The Saints are an X factor. They're an X factor.
No, the Saints are an X factor. I think we can all agree there. Yes.
If Jameis Winston starts game 1, I got the Saints. If he doesn't start game 1, I'm on the Bucs.
How long can he stay on the field? But I agree with you. How long can he stay on the field?
Their line
I don't necessarily
is good.
care.
I think they should
if
be
he
able
gets
to
injured after, because
him.
then I took that bet because he literally has an injury history right now.
That's fair.
But I'm gonna bet
Okay.
that if he plays game 1, he'll have a healthy season throughout the rest of the season.
I hear that.
And I'll take the Saints. I'll take the Saints on that one. Doesn't mean that Tom Brady can't get a wild card.
No,
I definitely get that.
yeah, he'll still get the wild card because
At least.
we've already we've spoken about this conference already. This is not the war zone conference. He can get a wild card.